It's Week 13 of the NFL, and EA Sports brings you the game of the week. It's the next on Madden 22.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington.
Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Seattle Seahawks.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. They'll find Everett there complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The numbers a week ago for Everett. 6 catches, 67 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference.
Taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Now, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And, Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play there out of the running game.
Well, for Chris Carson, I mean, he is a powerfully built back, using that size and strength there to good advantage as he shakes free of a would-be tackler.
They run it with Carson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Carson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation. Out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver? Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. On first down, it's Herbert. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
For this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Here's Herbert.
Washington with a catch, middle of the field. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
And to give this time to the tailback. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And he's got this down to the 35. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
They're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for the
touchdown. It's complete. Keenan Allen, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. That time a 9-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
On second down, it's Carson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On third down, Wilson. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7-7, our score after 1. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive.
The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out.
They're going for Howie, but the pass intercepted.
Picked off around the 37. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. To throw again on second down. Wilson.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
To throw again is Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. On first down, Carson down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring.
Now it's Carson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Carson.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. A gain of 6 there on first. Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 50 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
The extra point up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And that last drive was very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep. Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Touchdown, Seahawks. Gerald Everett, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks on just 2 plays have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 21-14. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. On the return, it's Washington. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Justin Herbert and the rest of the Charger offense set to take over once more.
He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
On the screen, this is Eckler. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Here's Herbert. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 50, here's Herbert. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert flushed out right. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Herbert off of play action. Flush to his right. He completes it to Beckham. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and
nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And, Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. 130 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around, not just in the huddle?
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson looks for Lockett once more. This time he's got it. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 23. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now it's Herbert.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You definitely would like to hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson.
And this a quick slant to Lockett.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, they'll lock it with a grab over the middle.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll toss it out to Carson. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And McManus able to put it through, and that will tie us at 24 all.
So give him 3 on that drive. Normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession.
He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your court? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete.
And now the red flag out on the field.
Let's go, baby.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So a good challenge there. The look pretty conclusive. The feet were in, and it's a completed pass.
Escaping the pressure right. He's got Allen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
145 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Point after up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 17, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
What's tight? Tight is right.
On third down, Wilson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Going back to Allen, he's got him again. A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
To throw again on second down, Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to Kemoko Turay.
Well, enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
It's caught. Beckham. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? There's always one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. The fullback comes through with a big play there. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. With touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tied football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
McManus now for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Dancing to his left. Finding Washington. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Herbert going to throw. Into the hands of Beckham.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Going right back to Beckham here, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Chris Carson trotting back out there. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for Seattle. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now Wilson. Catch is made by Metcalf. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Throwing, Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Herbert to throw. Flushed out right. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now this throw caught left side and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They go back to Carson here on 2nd. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. Throwing is Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big play there on the catch and run. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. This is Carson. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on second down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
Yeah, they've thrown for 3 touchdown passes now. Here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so, but ordinarily, second down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up third down and they'll have to throw it anyway.
So they say forget the field goal in the lead. They're going for the win in OT here on 4th and goal. They run for it with Carson. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, Ken.